Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Super Hostile How-To Guide. In this episode, I'll be showing you guys how to get the light blue wool out of the outer darkness and how to get to intersection 2 from there as well. I'll show you guys some loot to get out of the area first, some good armor, good bows, food, blocks, a lot of wood, a lot more wood than this, a ton of coal, a decent sword. There's a gas spawner that's already pretty enclosed in to make an easy gas farm, and some slime balls, which you always want to get for fire resistance potions later on. So I will now show you guys how to get the light blue wool, and then come back here and then do the rest of the area. Alright, so first we're going to show you this little area down here. It's like Rocks XP. It's like one of the Let's Players. He had beta testing for him. He died to a witch right here. And so it's like a little monument to that. That's the same with the little stone bricks that are there. I guess that's what he tried to make running away. So the first thing you're going to run into this rail cart. It's completely safe just to take across. So no big deal, nothing to worry about. There's a gas spawner you'll see kind of exposed to the left side. That's the first thing we're going to kind of lock down because I don't want to have to deal with that area when there's a bunch of random mobs that spawn in it. If you need more coal or need more torches or whatever, there's coal and wood right in that first chest for you, and so a little bit of other supplies that you might need. So come down here to the left, and the gas spawner takes a little bit to get going, so just block the floor down with blast resistant blocks and light it up so that other things won't spawn there. It's nice and closed in, so once the gas, oh, I also make railings. Once the gases do spawn, they don't really have anywhere to go. And we're going to be kind of farming, like camping them spawning from farther away right here. This is the easiest way to farm them. You're going to want the gas tiers for regeneration potions. Potions become like really important in this map once you can get stacks of them at a time. So now we're going to go ahead and just go straight for the wool. There's a bunch of wool, wood, and coal in that chest as well, in case you ever run low. So to get to the wool, go to the right and deal with the spawner. The spawners are rather spread out, so there's nothing that's too hard. They're just normal spider spawners. It's not like they're cave spawners. For this little bridge, just make some railings to make it safe. There's a pit of lava at the bottom, so if there's a skeleton or something, make sure you kill it first before going to put rails on it. And just keep pushing through the area. Right up here, we start to go down, and there are two spawners together. So whenever there's more than one, I just like to use TNT because it's fun. Plus, there's a ton of webs right there, so it makes it really hard to get to that. And then in that time delay, spiders and stuff will spawn and hit you into the webs. So it's nice just to kind of blow all of it up, even if you don't get the spawner. Always leave yourself a nice path back, and we're just going to lock down the spawner to the left real quick, and then we're going to end up going back here to the right. Leave yourself a little perimeter of light as always. And then this area isn't too bad. If you really kind of find yourself in trouble with guys here, you can always use this big ledge to knock things off if you have a knockback sword or whatever. It makes it pretty simple having such a big exposed area. It's more, this is kind of like a nice easy part to warm you up almost, to like soften you up for what's about to come, because there's a big ledge over top of us that's going to rain down cave spiders in a second. So use this railing kind of as a guide and build it like a ladder right up there, and you'll come into the side of the dungeon where Zisto kind of was around back here, and Vex left it in because he thought it was funny, I guess. And so I thought about maybe using TNT, but it's a little too sensitive, and there's only one spawner anyways, so it's not that big of a deal. You can just kind of kill the little cave spawners that had spawned in and take out the spawner pretty simply with a lot of good loot. Or not like a ton of great loot, but a little bit of coal, a decent bow, some food, all that good stuff. Just as general random loot. And then you can jump down the cliff and just keep moving up the dungeon. Here in a second we're going to get in the giant vine room where the most important things will happen. That's where like the wool and everything is. To get up there, just use the vines that are already there. This place is already vine like crazy. No reason to waste a ton of ladders. So this is the bottom of the little room. I'm going to run away. I need to resupply. And then I came back. I ended up getting a smite sword to deal with the zombie pigmen up top. And it's really recommended to have a smite sword for this area once you have to get to the zombie pigmen. So here's a vine that goes all the way up. Getting up isn't too difficult, I would say. Make sure you just light it up along the way. If you're in here only for like a few minutes, like I was when I just came in, there shouldn't really be like skeletons on every single ledge since you haven't been in here for long. But to make sure that doesn't happen, the longer that you're in here, just keep lighting up the ledges like that. It makes it a lot easier. I also did this just out of preference. I like to be able to see where I'm going up because he's kind of has little traps set along the different vines to make it confusing to go up. Once you're up here, you're just going to go to the left. You can light it up a little bit if you want to, and use this vine to go straight up. You can either go to the left or the right to get to the other entrance. Either way, it doesn't really matter. There's no real advantage or disadvantage, I don't think. I know one side has a skeleton spawner, and I don't think it was this side because I didn't see it, so maybe the other side does. To be honest, I'm not totally sure. So one side might be better. Just keep moving along. I guess I did see a few skeletons here, so it might have been the side I went on. So you can kind of pick and choose based on that. This area, this forks again. This little cave to the left or the right, and either way is fine. This just takes you kind of a roundabout way up to the area right above where the wool is with the zombie pigmen. I just went to the left. I honestly think these areas are like the exact same, and I actually found quite a bit of mobs just because it takes so long to get up here in their big dark areas that you're going to have a little bit of opposition, so don't come in here thinking it'll be super easy just because there's no spawners. And then as you come into the room, if you're more paranoid, you can block it off from behind if you think stuff's going to pop in behind you. I didn't really worry about it that much. But I definitely wanted to have a flat surface to deal with. All this gravel makes it hard to traverse, so I just kind of smoothed out the entrance, added my own like blast-resistant railings, and tried to make a flat running path because I want to be able to get to the pigman spawner quickly and get away very quickly. It's kind of, I don't like using ender pills that much in this area just because if you hit one of the walls, you could fall down, or if you hit something wrong, I just feel like there's a big gap below. So anyways, I switched to the Smite 5 sword. I use the diamond sword from the Everforge, but you can use an iron sword. It'll work, I don't know, just slightly not as well, but it'll still work just fine for these zombie pigmen because there's only one spawner. And yeah, so just kind of back up if they start to spawn, and we're going to be using TNT to get in and out quickly because it'll take too long to hit it with a pickaxe. And as soon as they spawn like that right there where they're invisible, they're actually invincible as well. They don't take any damage. So you have to watch out for that and always make sure that they're visible when you shoot at them. So drop the TNT, and you can do it with a redstone torch. I just shoot it with the flame bow. And that'll take care of the spawner and essentially all the whole threat in this wool area. You can go to the other side and light it up if you want, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal, so there's no reason to really. So I will go back. Oh, that's me throwing the health potion accidentally, like a genius. So we have the wool, and now we will go back to the house to place the wool, the third wool from the intersection, the last one. And now I will show you guys how to get out of the area. I actually still have the wool on me. I did this part before I went back just because I would be too lazy to come all the way back here. But so don't do the area with all three wool. I just had already done it, so I was pretty confident it wasn't going to be too bad. You can kind of either do one of two things first. You can get rid of the 3 spawners at the bottom first, or you can block that potion thing, that kind of hole in the wall up there. But first, I just did the I just thought I would do the 3 of the spawners first because there's 7 total zombie spawners down here, and I couldn't really even get close enough to block off the potion spawner because of the zombies. So I just ended up wanting to do the TNT first. So just ender pearl down here, place the TNT, run away. Smite sword again will also make this area much easier. And blew up those, and then place a block right in that hole to stop the potions from coming down. There's like there's poison, slowness, damage. There's all sorts of bad things. I don't know how I got so lucky, but definitely block that up pretty quickly once you're down here. And once you break these other 4 spawners, that's pretty much the whole threat neutralized pretty simply. There's a decent, that's actually a better bow than I had, the Power 3, Flame 3, Infinity one. So definitely take that, and you can combine it to get a Power 4. Another iron ingot, and this goes, the area up here to the right, that way, that goes to the tree farm for the skylights meet, and this way leads to the second intersection. It's like a little mini cave. It's not too bad, no spawners, just some light amounts of darkness. And just kind of add some railings because there's lava pits over there, and that can be treacherous coming back and forth. I don't think you need to add the railings out on the gold edge. There's no ledges out there where things can spawn. They can only really spawn below you. And this is the second intersection. We'll be here for the next few videos. For this one though, I'll just show you the rest of me conquering the outer darkness. So we went down to the left instead of going by the gas farm, we just went over to the right. There's only a few spawners, not too much to worry about, just a few normal spider spawners. These side areas in the outer darkness just kind of start to get more creeper heavy. If we go down to the right, we find nothing but a chest with some decent stuff. This is just underneath that little narrow bridge where we had to build the sides on it when we were going to get the wool. And then we'll go up here to the left, and this way we'll actually get a nice bit of loot, if I remember correctly. And we also run into a lot of darkness since we're getting toward the end of the dungeon. Obviously, the mobs start spawning quicker. If you really want to avoid the max spawn or like the higher spawn situations, you can leave a lot more dark spaces. I just light it up so it's easier for you guys to see, obviously. And yeah, the creepers will really start to come in once you get to about this area. Just kind of light it up and back away, deal with one creeper at a time. And I found the easiest way to get there was to go ahead to come back to kill that spawner, and then you can go up a block right here to kill this one, and then travel along this right side to get all three. And there are only three on the right side, so it makes it pretty simple to take out like that. It's as long as you don't let them pile up in large amounts and let a bunch explode on top of each other, creeper spawners generally aren't so bad. It's only when they start to blow up when things get out of hand. And so we'll go down here to the left and continue along this path. This was further in the dungeon. And just kind of keep pushing up. We'll see another kind of creeper dungeon area with a lot of loot chests once again right in here. This one a little bit more dangerous, ready to come up. I think I got really lucky because generally those two spawners spit out way more creepers than that. But only 3 spawners again on the right side, and that will do it for the Outer Darkness in Intersection 1. In the next episode, we will be taking on, I believe, the Mellow Cavern in Intersection 2. And for that, I will see you guys in the next episode.